What's up, guys? Matt Brown here for PlayPicks.com. We're going to talk about this AFC Championship game, an amazing, on paper, AFC Championship game between the New England Patriots and the Kansas City Chiefs. Guys, please, while you're here, hit that subscribe button down below. You got us to over 1,100 subscribers. We're trying to get to 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. We really appreciate you doing that. And because we appreciate you doing that, if you leave a comment in the section below, give us a thumbs up, and you're a subscriber, we're going to give away a $50 gift card just for commenting in the section below. So let us know who you're going to play in this game. Let us know what you think about the total. Of course, give us a thumbs up and also be a subscriber. We're going to randomly pick someone. We'll do it in one of the Super Bowl vids moving forward. You contact us, we'll shoot you a Amazon gift card just for watching this channel. Thank you very much for getting us where we're getting here. Again, very, very excited about this game right here. You can see, as always, a full write-up over on playpicks.com if you want to head over there and read. Nice breakdown here by Nate Weitzer, of course. And, of course, we have some videos embedded in the articles as well. You can see them in the description down below. You can see it at the end of this video as well about the prop bet picks. Matt Peralt talking about just nothing but prop bet picks for this game in general. Certainly, you guys have heard all week long about the weather in this game. Of course you have. That is all anyone wanted to talk about, the Arctic blast that was going to be happening in this game. It was going to be like negative 400 degrees for this game, and that is not going to happen after all. Seems like the weather has increasingly gotten better, and yeah, it's going to be cold. It's going to be low 20s, mid 20s or something like that, but not really a ton of wind to talk about, not really any precipitation, anything like that. So as far as the game goes, it's going to be cold. I wouldn't want to be sitting in it. You probably wouldn't want to be sitting in it. At the end of the day, though, these are football players getting paid millions of dollars. They're going to be fine. Not going to be that big of a deal, which is actually pretty crazy. So taking a look at the odds on this game here, this is whenever this article went live. We'll go ahead and check in how these look right now. This is DraftKings Sportsbook. We have the Chiefs at 3, looking at 56.5 on this one. If you want to take the Patriot dogs here on the money line, plus 140 if you wanted to do that. Over at BetStars, we are looking at 3 again, 56 over here at BetStars, and you're getting 145 on the Patriots over there. And at FanDuel, if you want to play over at FanDuel, it is 3, but it's juiced up, minus 125 on the Chiefs here, plus 142 on the Patriots, looking at a 56.5 point total over here in this game. Scroll down a little bit so you can read along if you want to. Of course, we got great deals if you are in and or around New Jersey. Of course, you can click this article right here, up to 500 in free bets over at BetStars. You can use that link you see in the scroll below, dkpicks.com, free $35 at DraftKings Sportsbook. All you got to do is sign up. Absolutely no catch whatsoever. None at all. So how this is looking right now, guys, we have about 57% of the bets, 55% of the money on Kansas City to cover that 3 points, 3.5 points, depending on where you're betting. Looking at the over-under total here, we got 52% of the bets, but 52% of the bets on the over, 54% of the money is actually on the under in this thing. Of course, as you can imagine, people were trying to hit this early before the line started to move, and this thing opened up kind of at 58.5, 59, something like that. And then we got this word of the Arctic blast. So no shock that there's still a lot of money down on this thing for the under there. Imagine that's going to balance out here. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Of course, if you want to read along, I'll continue to scroll here in the article for Nate. But let's take a look at these two teams here. I mean, on the offensive side of the ball, New England averaging 393.4 yards per game. On the Kansas City side of the ball, they're averaging 425.6 yards per game. As you can imagine, that is the number one yardage total average per game in the entire league. This Kansas City offense has been spectacular all season long. I mean, what can you say about Patrick Mahomes, right? The guy has just been a wizard out there on the field, doing some crazy things, throwing the ball in all different arm slots, all different angles and things like that, and completing passes left and right. It's been pretty impressive to watch here. Continuing on here with New England, look, they're 5th in total yards. They're 5th in points per game. They are 5th in time of possession, so they've been kind of a ball hog there. They're 14th in red zone touchdown percentage, so actually kind of shocking that New England's had to settle for field goals as much as they have, kind of right there, league average, right in the middle of the league when it comes to scoring touchdowns when they actually get into the red zone. Of course, I'm sure you contribute a lot of that as well to Gronk's decline, because he used to be their red zone guy, scoring all the touchdowns there, and he hadn't been on the field or hadn't been healthy when he was on the field. Third in rush attempts, actually. So they rushing the ball actually a pretty good amount here. Fifth in rush yards. You wouldn't think that about a New England team, but they're actually fifth in the league in total rush yards. 25th in pass percentage. So they haven't been throwing the ball as far as like the percentage of their offensive plays, only 25th in the league as far as pass percentage there. But 11th in pass, but 6th in total pass yards. So let you know, they don't throw it a lot, but they are very efficient when they do it. That is what is, of course, Tom Brady at quarterback. We thought he was going to completely fall off a cliff this year. Looked a little old at times for sure, but certainly still playing at a very high level. Tom Brady, of course, the TB12 clinic and stuff like that must be for real. I'd buy into it if I lived on that side of the town, on that side of the country. 7th in pass yards per attempt. If you want to know how their offensive line breaks down, they are 12th in the 12th best run blocking unit. They are the 5th best pass blocking unit. On the Kansas City side, of course, like we said, first in points per game here, first in total yards, as you can imagine, second in red zone touchdown percentage. So this team gets in the red zone, they're scoring touchdowns. They are not kicking field goals. And then a lot of that has to do with this team's been very aggressive as well. Just all season long, they just press, been going like that. 19th in rush attempts, as you can imagine, of course, losing Kareem Hunt, they've run the ball even less, at least towards the end of the season. Of course, not last week. They did a lot of running in that game. 11th in rush yards, 5th in rush yards per attempt, however. So they've actually been successful whenever they do decide to run, just don't run all that often when it comes down to it. They are 9th in pass attempts. They are 3rd in total pass yards. They are 1st in pass yards per attempt, as you can imagine. If you want to know how this offensive line breaks down, they are 5th best run blocking unit according to Pro Football Focus. They are the 7th best pass blocking unit according to Pro Football Focus. So this offensive line's been really good for the Chiefs team here as well. I'll scroll down a little bit further. As you can see, these books over there in New Jersey, pretty interesting props, like crazy prop bets that they'll offer you there. Damian Williams and Sony Michel, 100 plus yards. They both go over 100 plus 650, different things like that. You can look at all the different player props. But there's game props, game specials. They're even, Tom Brady 300 and a Pats win plus 350. So all these kind of things are going on. You can see Damian Williams over 63 yards, minus 125. So they've got all kinds of stuff going on at the books over there. Of course, at DraftKings, they just have endless amounts of different things that you can take a look at. Of course, these first and last touchdown props are super popular as well over there. On the defensive side of the ball here, got the Patriots checking in at the 16th best DVOA defense, 7th best by Pro Football Focus, 20th in yards per game allowed, so actually giving up a decent amount of yardage, 9th in rush yards per game allowed, 27th in rush yards per attempt. Every time the teams do decide to run against the Patriots are actually giving it up in hunks right there. They only have the 29th best pass rushing unit according to the Pro Football Focus as well. So you do the math there, way down at the bottom of the league there. However, they've been covering really good. Of course, Bill Belichick just schemes things up so crazy. According to Pro Football Focus, the 2nd best coverage unit in the entire NFL. 22nd pass yards per game allowed, 7th in pass yards per attempt allowed. And if you're wondering how they stack up against the various positions, really and truly kind of middle of the pack all the way around. Nothing really stands out as far as being really good or really bad against any of the positions out there. On the other side of the ball, Kansas City, now this could be where the game is won or lost, how this defense decides to show up. I'll continue to scroll if you want to read along here. They are the 26th ranked DVOA defense in all the NFL. That is really close to the bottom. 20th graded by Pro Football Focus overall in defense. 31st in yards per game allowed. 27th in rush yards per game allowed. 32nd in rush yards per attempt. That's dead last in the league. Kansas City giving it up when teams run against this team. They do have the 3rd best pass rush, as you can imagine. They've got some really talented guys there getting after the passer. 25th ranked pass coverage unit, according to Pro Football Focus. 30th in pass yards per game allowed. And if you want to wonder how they stack up against the individual positions here, 28th versus quarterbacks, 30th versus running backs, 24th versus wide receivers, and 32nd versus tight ends. Of course, we mentioned Gronk. Gronk's on the big-time downside of his career. That being said, the Kansas City Chiefs are dead last against that position. All right, so let's take a look here and let's make a case for the over if you wanted to play the over in this game. Again, we've gone back and forth here, kind of that 56-ish, 56.5 point total is what we're looking at. If you want to make a case for the over, first and foremost, you are looking at two of the very top scoring offenses in all of football. Of course, we mentioned the Kansas City Chiefs, the top scoring offense in all of football. So you add the two things together. If you have two of the top three scoring offenses in all of football, well, there should be some points scored as well. So if you want to bet the over there, I can understand that for sure. The other thing we could look at is just the fact that this thing opened at like 59.5, and it's still sitting at 56.5, something like that. So, I mean, you can look and just consider that just value right off the top. I mean, the reason the number dipped so much is because it was supposed to be this crazy weather situation. That does not look like that is going to pan out. So you could still look at this as kind of a value there, considering you're getting 3 points on where they wanted this thing to be. Another thing that you could look at for the over is just the fact that both of these offenses are incredibly aggressive. Both of these offenses, especially the Patriots, you saw this last week, they were able to really go in and just pick apart. I mean, they made all of the adjustments they had to do and really and truly just coasted to a win there. And then on the other side of the ball, you look at the Chiefs, and here's the thing. If the Chiefs defense does give up points, well, they're going to have to just play fast, keep the foot on the gas, things like that. That could also contribute to an over in that situation. And of course, let's not forget splash plays. I know I say that a little too often, but really and truly Tyreek Hill, I mean, is like the human splash play, right? I mean, and he gets so many opportunities, not only on just bombs and things like that, but they're trying to get him the ball in space for him to be able to create things. And also he's doing kick and punt returns as well. So a lot of opportunities for him to score in a flash for you if you're looking to play the over in this game. Case for the under could be, I mean, maybe this weather thing is a bigger deal than I'm making it, or that even, the Weather Channel and things like that are making it out to be. I mean, maybe this weather situation with it being kind of in those low 20s is going to be absolutely miserable. Maybe the wind picks up. They're saying it's only supposed to be at 8 or 9 miles per hour or something like that. Maybe by the time this thing kicks off, this is something we're going to pay attention to. Maybe by the time this thing kicks off, it's more like 15 mile an hour winds. Maybe there's gusts up into the 20-25. Of course, we know that affects the kicking game for sure. And we also know that affects passing downfield. So that's certainly something we're going to want to pay attention to. And maybe that could lead you to the under in this game. Another situation could be as if you feel one team is going to blow out the other. And in that situation, then they're going to just continue to run the ball and pound the ball. And if they continue to run the ball and pound the ball, of course, what does that do? Tick, 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 tick on that clock. And doesn't give a whole lot of scoring opportunities as well. And then we talked about those splash plays for the over. What about for the under? What if that just doesn't hit? What if Bill Belichick does what Bill Belichick does and goes in and eliminates, absolutely takes away one of the big two there for Kansas City, either takes out Kelsey or takes out Tyreek Hill. We've seen them do this time and time again, to where they scheme to take one star player out of the game. Does this Chiefs team with Patrick Mahomes have enough to get it done with just a Kelsey or just a Tyreek Hill? We shall see. If that were the case, maybe you want to lean towards the under there as well. If you think that maybe this thing becomes more of a ball control type situation, you have to think, if you're Bill Belichick, one of the ways to success in this is just to keep that high-powered offense off the field, right? And so if that were the case, and we mentioned 32nd in rush yards per attempt for the Kansas City Chiefs team. So I expect Bill Belichick to see that statistic. I would imagine they are going to try to attack that. I would imagine we're going to see them try to establish the run early on in this game. And of course, the more you run, the more the clock runs, and then the fewer opportunities there is for scoring. So there's our cases for the over, our cases for the under. Again, guys, going to say this again. Please let us know how you want to play this game, which side you're playing, what the total is, what you think about that total. Click that thumbs up button, and in that comment below, let us know all those things. Hit the subscribe button, and we're going to randomly pick someone to win $50. Send you an Amazon gift card just for watching and being a part of this video and being part of this channel, being a subscriber, all the things like that. We really appreciate you guys being here. So coming on down here, you can read how Nate thinks this is going to go. As we mentioned, $35 absolutely free at DraftKings Sportsbook. If you want to take advantage of that, you can click there, or you can hit DK Picks down. You can just type DK Picks into your browser. It'll take you right there. How do we think this is going to go? I don't have an incredibly strong lean on a side here. I do believe if I can find 3 and a hook I would lean more towards taking the points with New England here. I think that this certainly could be a Chiefs win, but getting that hook here, I think it's going to be a very close game, and I think there's just a lot of value with that hook. And of course, we looked at those numbers, and a couple of these are 3 flat. At 3 flat, I think that's a fair number, and I'm certainly not going to be playing at 3 flat. Also, there's a lot of people out there that are piling on the Chiefs. I mean, there is a ton of people who think the Chiefs are going to take this thing down and think the Chiefs are going to take this down easily. The books, oddly enough, are going to need the Patriots. Sometimes it's not so bad to be on the side of the books, especially when the side of the books is going to be a Patriots team that wins. The other part of this, though, is that I can't shake, and the reason why I don't just love a side in this thing is all those wins, all those things you see. I mean, this Patriots team has nearly always had home field advantage. They've always played at home, had that home field advantage, never had to travel. Brady at home, sleeping in his own bed, going to his TB12 training center, all the different things like that, the home field crowd, all of that. And that's going to be gone for this game, which is why I just have a little bit of pause really firing on that. Now, the one thing I do think is going to happen in this game is I do think there's going to be points, and I feel much more strongly about the over in this game. What I hope is going to happen and what I pray is going to happen, and you should as well if you think you want to bet the over in this game, is that the television crew comes on and everyone's talking about how cold it is, and they show pictures of snow on the field, and they go up into the stands, and there's the piles of snow everywhere, and they cut to footage from yesterday where people were chiseling ice off of the thing. That is going to scare the average guy. The average guy is going to run to the window, and he is going to bet the under in this game. So hopefully this total continues to fall, and we can really pounce on it once it gets to a number that we really feel comfortable about. But like I said, I mean, they wanted this thing to be 59-60. And here we are sitting at 56 and a half. These two offenses are very good. I expect the Chiefs to be able to score on this Patriots defense. I do expect the Patriots to play some sort of we're going to remove player X, Y, or Z. I don't know exactly which player it's going to be, whether it's going to be Kelsey and they say, hey, man, if you can hit a couple long bombs at Tyreek Hill, more power to you. Or if they try to take out Tyreek Hill and say, okay, you want to just chip it down the field to Kelsey all day long, then more power to you with that as well. I don't know exactly what the game plan is going to be, but I do think that they're going to try and do that in this game. And so going to be very, very interested to see how this thing plays out again. Would lean to a hook if I was going with the on the Patriots side there, if I was going to play a side, and feel pretty confident in the over in this game. Kansas City's going to hit Tyreek Hill at least once. Maybe he breaks something on special teams. And I think that they're, with the defensive statistics that we watch here, watching this Kansas City team play all year long, there's just a lot of holes in that defense. And I think that the Patriots are still going to be able to score and have a good day offensively here. So it's kind of where I'm going to be going with this thing, guys. And of course, the signature Matt teaser play, if you wanted to, don't hate teasing the Pats up. I don't think they get blown out in this game if you wanted to do that. Appreciate you guys watching this video. Again, stick around, watch the video, or hit the link in the description below. You can watch Peralt's prop video. And of course, as always, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button. Let us know who you're playing. Let us know what side you're leaning towards and things like that. And we'll pick one person out of the comments down below, and we will send you a $50 Amazon gift card just for being a part of this channel. We really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. We'll be back. We'll be talking all the props. We'll be talking all kinds of Super Bowl stuff. We're going to have Super Bowl videos, man, going crazy on this channel. So please be a part, subscribe, and we'll see you then.